here again. Welcome back to FTB Unleashed. I'm starting up here above the Titan. I did a lot of work on the Titan yesterday. I wanted to try and get it finished before I went away, but unfortunately I've not got time to get the arm done. This episode I'm not going to build anything. It's going to be a little bit of a server tour just to show you what's going on. For people who have come to the series late and wondered where I got to this point. So yeah, the Titan still needs its plasma arm. But other than that, it's pretty much done. So I'll come back to this though. We'll start off in the actual other base where the server started, and I'm going to do a quick server tour of what's on the server and all that. So I need to be going through that portal down there. Whee! Nice to be able to just jump off over a barrier like that, innit, I suppose. So this is where we started on this server. If I come over here, the world's not loading, of course, because I am recording. Come over here, this is where spawn was. So when I first came to the server 66 episodes ago, I spawned in over here, nicely in a plains biome, which is always good. It's grassland, but it's extra biomes, but it classes as plains, I believe, for bees and stuff. So if we head over here, this is where I ended up. And the first place I ended up was, there was a little pool of water down here, and there was like a little cave. So I used this as my way to get down, and I kept it for posterity. Called it Ye Olde Man. This is where I did my first mining down here. So if we head down here, luckily I got down to this point and I found an abandoned mine shaft, which was nice. Always good to find an abandoned mine shaft when you start a server, because they've got a nice amount of visible things in the walls. My first actual base then was, which used the smeltery, was in here. So I built this little building. Of course, some of my subscribers are in here. Hello guys. They always just hang around in that corner. I think they're trying to reach this wooden door over here, to be honest. Because NPCs like wooden doors. I think they're always trying to reach that guy. Anyway, so this was like the first little base. We had our blast furnace, coke oven, and our tinkered construct smeltery in here. Got us set up, and then so that was my way of processing ores to start with. Then we started building the farms. So these are my farms. They use MFR. At first they tried to use a combination of applied logistics and logistics pipes, but I wasn't really working very well. Like I said, they're very new to logistics pipe. Look at that, there's some missing there. Interesting. Must have turned to no idea. But these are my farms. Of course, my tree farm here. My tree farm at first I used Sakura wood, but I changed that, and then let's have a look what's under here then. So this under here, oops, is now all using applied logistics. I say at first it wasn't using applied logistics because I didn't have enough quartz. What all these farms are doing, they're all feeding items into this. I've not had to touch this for about a month, to be honest. This works so well that I've not had to touch this. This keeps these 3 bioreactors stocked with 9 items each. I've got 2 buses on there. I've got a precision bus there set to craft, which crafts pumpkin seeds and melon seeds from pumpkin and melon. And underneath there I've got another precision bus set to move stacks of all the other items that go in there. So saplings, cocoa beans and what have you. And then over here, this was where my original tank farm was, which eventually moved to the Titan. And that's a creeper head you can hear. So this just works nice. I never have to come down here. The only things that I've got fertilizers on are the wheat farm, which wasn't quite keeping up, and the tree farm. So they've both got fertilizers, which run off level emitters. Well, the harvesters run off level emitters. So these have got, most of these have just got a harvester. There we go, like that. He's got a harvester. See nothing else on the edge. Whereas this guy has got a harvester and he's got a fertilizer. The fertilizer just keeps things growing, and then the harvester's got the level emitter on it. So all these things are level emitter controlled. And then started in over here, but this little library, which we used as an enchanting room, which is why there's all bookshelves, and for making mistcraft ages and stuff, which have all gone through the base now. Then we built a windmill. Started off with a mage tower, but it didn't look quite right, so I made it into a windmill. It was a little bit nicer actually. It had some micro blocks in it, but I got rid of them. And this was my Farmcraft area, which again has also gone to the Titan now, so this is pretty empty now. Let's put loads of bookshelves in here. We've got this area, a few things left down here, but not much. And then down in the basement was the water plant, which has also gone to the Titan now. And I was just messing around, slowly filling it up with, using the portal gun, rubber wood blocks from IC2 rubber trees. I was going to fill this place with rubber, but I never got around to finishing it. And FTB Unleashed and is it Swift, I think, and it was in here. Is it Swift? That's just Villager. What's happened there? You lost your name, dude. Pretty sure that's Swift. Unless that they had a baby because of the door. No, I don't think that works. Weird. I think is that Swift? Yeah, there's Swift. So I don't know who that guy is in there. Who's that guy? And there, of course, Twilight Forest. We manually mined out Hollow Hill. Hello, Ethan. So I thought Ethan died ages ago, but it turned out he went visiting the Twilight Forest. Then after that, I started getting some more technical stuff. Of course, this was my factory. Speaking of this, I never actually showed this. When I was looking at making the forestry tree farms for ebony wood, I actually made another cart, but I never actually took it out. There we go. Look, we've got Steve's cart there, and it's got the plant arranger extender. See right at the bottom, so you can actually set that to plant 3x3 trees, like the bigger ones, like the ebony, which is a 3x3. So I made that, and what I did was I put this thing on it, new area upgrade, which and CO2 friendly, and this took stacks and stacks and stacks of coal to make that. It makes it about, it's not worth it. It makes it about an hour quicker. So instead of 4 hours, it's 3 hours, but it took like maybe 50 odd stacks of charcoal because it uses that much more fuel. So you're better off just making sure you've got a bit of time if you want to make one of them. So that's never actually been moved out of there, because while that was making, I actually made the MFR, the forestry farms instead. So there's some stuff left here still. This is a generator that makes me sand, so whenever my system uses sand, this replaces it. Got quite a bit of forestry stuff up here still. I've got all the carpenters and the squeezers and stuff. In fact, quite a lot of stuff still here, isn't there? Makes me crushed ice. That makes me wood. So we get extra wood out of that because it's lumber mill. We actually get 6 planks per log. Lots of stuff here. That makes liquid something. So it makes coolant cells if I need them. Block smasher. All my mining, I've not used quarries until recently. I use it just for building purposes. But I use the MFR laser drill, which we'll get to, and that brings certain things in blocks. So to get fortune on them, I pass them things through this block smasher. So if we look at the export bus, you see that diamond, nether quartz. I don't think nether quartz makes a difference in there, does it? What does it? Emerald ore and Certus quartz. Well, I've got that going through there. Maybe because I just needed to smash it anyway. I don't know, I may be doing that wrong. But they go through there. So it uses mob essence, and it adds fortune free onto that block smashing there. So you actually you can use that to break blocks, so you don't have to do it manually. That just makes rubber, I think. Or sticky resin, or propolis, makes sticky resin yet. And then further up, the only thing we've got left upstairs still is a mass fabricator, which we never got around to moving. So the mass fabricator's here, and that's weird. Don't know where them scraps are going. Because I've got 8128 UU matter, so it's not actually, this isn't working because that condition is met on that level emitter. So this will never turn on. So they're coming in and they're going out again, so I don't know where they go. Very strange. Must have them set to destroy somewhere. So I think them scraps still get annihilated somewhere. And then here's Corey reloaded because the first Corey died. He just keeps an eye on this place. Then after that I started getting into bees. So we made this place over here. This is the bee area. Lots of bees in here, all manually controlled. At some point I was going to set up a applied logistics network on these. At the minute, if I want to turn a bee off or on, I just turn the pulsar on there, on or off there. So you can see at the minute that bee is radioactive and it's not running because I've got 7,000 uranium. That bee's providing me loads. The glittering bee will be running because that provides gold. So you can see that guy's working away. So I've got plenty of bees in here. Loads of serums. They're all different species serums in there. Some good stuff. And then they're my serums that I use for giving the bees the best stats. And that's the printed for best stats, and there's 44 drones the best stats. So, and Miss Jezebella and Dark Clown live in here. Not sure where Dark Clown is at the minute, but he'll be around somewhere. There he is. Hello. So yeah, there's a bee area, and of course we made Lord Buzzington on the roof during one of the live streams with his pipe and his monocle. After that, beacon there by the way. Over here, of course, was the laser drill setup, but I've moved to the Titan, so I extended the forest tree farm. We've got a forest tree farm there using Steve's carts. Steve's carts also run off a level emitter. So, and that's got the advanced smelter there, which keeps a stack of golden power source, which is smelted force logs in there. So that maintains everything and runs nicely. It's also got solar on there if it needs it. So that was the end. So laser drill was here, which got me all my ores. Decided not to use quarries in this world. Little boat I made just for fun while I was watching Dexter. And then animal farms. Squiddly there, riding ink. The sheep were in there, but the wolf got in somehow and ate them. Milker. Cows are all named for subscribers. So Ethan's got a villager and a cow. Because I thought the villager died. This is level emitter controlled. This is based on the amount of leather in the system. If leather drops below 828, more cows get made in there. They're transition planes, conveyor belts to make sure that baby cows stay where they are and all the drops get captured. Did a bit of tree breeding, got up to balsa trees and ebony trees because I like the colour of them. Ebony is black and balsa's like white. That's what this area is about. And in another stream I built this Japanese house because I'd seen a picture one and I liked it. Never really finished it off, to be honest. But, we never really decorated as much as I'd like. Kind of a bit crazy, give it a purple roof. The plan was to use all the extra trees wood to replace all the wood, but I got past this point I started moving to the Titan, so I kind of got rid of it. There's Joseph, also known as Joshua. And if you've downloaded my world, this is where you'll find my gear in this chest. All my armour was in here at some point, but I moved most of that to the Titan. Well, there's still some left in here though. And there's my good old trusty ender chest that is married to this bag that I always carry with me. That has all my stuff. I moved the Darkcraft thing over here once I'd finished upgrading it, so there's a fully upgraded Darkcraft thing there. And then down here, what I've got is a nice big table for meetings because I'm on the server on my own. And a couple of captured guys over here. I've got the boss from a labyrinth in the Twilight Forest and a Carmite Golem from a air gas tower trapped in here. And then, that reminds me, we've got a couple of other things trapped. We've got a Nitro Creeper under glass down there, in a hole that another Nitro Creeper blew. That was a crater left by the first one of these that I captured, and that's the second guy. And then we've got a normal Nitro Creeper up here. Not a night, no, electrified creeper, whatever they're called. He was trapped in the wall there. He's blown up before as well and took a bit of the base out. And then down in the basement of the house here, we've got... Well, first of all, there's our path to the nether, which will be probably full of pigmen if we jump in here. Are you full of pigmen? Yeah, no, not too many. And a butterfly. Lovely. So, there was our way into the nether, and then also in here I've tried a different lighting method in here. This is lit using glowstone bricks. There's no torches or anything anywhere. Glowstone bricks provide a light source, so they're around here. We've got 2 spawning things in here. We've got a MFFS, Manalian MFFS force field for fighting withers in, so the withers don't do any damage. And I've got loads of stuff prepped for withers there. And the multi-tool transport, field transport to get in and out of there when it's up. And then this side we've got a little thing made out of glass. And this is an auto spawner from MFR, and you put in whichever reusable safari net you want in there, and this uses mob essence to spawn mobs. So we've got power mob essence coming to this, so we can get mobs out of that. Specific mobs we want to get to fill up, if we want to fill up soul shard or whatever. And there's some of the ones I've got: Ghast, Pink Slime for making laser drill, Enderman, Creeper, and villagers, so I can spawn villagers if I wish. And then down under here we've actually got the mob farms. These are all level limiter controls, so these will all be turned off whenever any of these, the items that come off these. So we've got with the skeletons, Enderman, blazes, and creepers in here for gunpowder. They're all level limiter control, so I never have to come in here either. Fully automated. And that's pretty much it for this base. Twilight Forest, we manually dug out a couple of hollow hills. We did a lich tower, did an air gas tower, a nugget and a hydrate and a labyrinth. So we've done all the stuff in there, and we've been into the thingy stronghold, the goblin stronghold. So then I moved to this base, started building this base, and I'm going to cut the camera and I'm going to do a little time lapse, now it's a bit longer, of this base getting built up to where it is now, and then I'll do a quick tour of the base. And there we are, that's how she grew. And as you may have noticed, there's a texture pack change in there, and there was a couple of render distance changes in there as well. And that thing sprung up halfway through there, which we'll get to as well. So I suppose these are my little blocks. This is an angel block from extra utilities that you can just place in the air, which is nice. That's how I placed these two. These are my little photograph blocks that I've used to get the same kind of shot each time. I've had to keep moving it up as it gets bigger, up and further out as the thing gets bigger. There we go, so I guess we should start at the bottom. So down the bottom here, something else I've not got finished is these have all got drawbridges on every window that I was going to wire up to wireless redstone, which I haven't got around to doing yet. So that you can go into combat mode and it'll shut all these. That was the plan. Iron spikes, I've used iron spikes quite a lot in this just to get rid of the hard edges in a lot of places. My plan was to go around and put a lot of steps everywhere, but again, not got around to that. Inside both these legs we have got tank farms. So here we've got liquid force, biofuel, mob essence, milk that I don't use anymore, honey, crushed ice, and then above that we've got a nice little pillar you can see up to the top of the legs, which we'll get to in a second via this teleporter. Now, part of my remit, part of what I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure you could travel everywhere without a jetpack, so I'm actually going to take my jetpack off and show you. So as we're coming from the floor there, just some shrouded silent pressure plates get you in and out of there. So we could, I put some elevator track in to use as ladders, just because it looks a bit more sci-fi than normal ladders. So we can actually get up to this level and down again. To get further up we go up using a teleporter. So we're going to traverse the full base without using a jetpack. Just got a little thing there showing you how much power is getting used each time you use a teleporter. These are now connected to the main IC2 system, and this is done using a block from Advanced Power Management called an HV battery station that uses Lapotron crystals. We've got a little ender chest system there which sends Lapotron crystals to these as they're needed. I moved my water plants here, so there's a little water plant there, 5 aqueous accumulators and water source. So all my water comes from here, and then if we go across to the other side, this one's got another little water source. This is one that the one that the cobble generator uses. That we'll get to, the octuple compressed cobble generator. That we'll get to a bit later. So there's them two. Then into here, start off in the middle. We've got 4 steam engines, 4 steam boilers, 36 HP steam boilers. These run off the MFR bioreactors that we saw on the other base under the farms. So they're dedicated. Them farms only run these 4 boilers, and these 4 boilers only run the laser drill, which is down here. If I can fall down. Why can't I fall down? Oh, I'm going to try to go down the wrong side, that's why. So here's our laser drill. It's 4 pre-charges. So each time this works, it creates us a random block from under the bedrock. So that sets you on fire if you go near it, of course. If you go down there, that goes all the way down to bedrock. That line there looks like the Titan's having a piss. That's how we get down into there. So that's what these 4 boilers do. And then on the outside of these, this is where my main base power is. That side's not actually finished yet, because I'm still using them engines at the other base. I didn't show that at the other base, did I? The little power tower. I missed that one. But these are all force engines running off liquid force and crushed ice. So these all run at 16 MJ a tick because of that, and this runs power all around the base using diamond conductive pipes, because you can facade them and because they look nice. So there we go, that's this level done. And then from this level to get the next level, we've got a arcane levitator at each side of this room, which brings us into this room where we've got our assembly table, laser drill, and a couple of coke ovens run off level emitters. These will keep making coke until we've got 8,128 coal coke in the system. Next 1.6 series, I plan on building some out of coal coke blocks. That's going to be my plan. I want to build a building out of coal coke blocks. So that's them two. This is the only conduit in the base now. The only thermal expansion conduit is running these lasers, and that's controlled off that little structure pipe there that only provides power when there's work scheduled in the assembly table. From here we've got a couple of MFR conveyor belts up into the main area. This is where the thermal expansion machine is going to go, but I never got around to bringing them here yet. We've got our nuclear reactor set up over this side. Since this has been in, I've not actually used all the power out of the ones. This has been in a good couple of weeks. We don't actually use a lot of IC2 because we've not actually had to make any more. This is all fully automated using filing logistics and advanced power management. There's a little thing across the back there that puts out a redstone signal depending on how much power is in the thing. And this one up here also has the same readout, so we can see there that currently the storage monitor has got, it's registering 5.3 million. This one is set just to 100%, but the one in the back of there is set to turn on at 50%, which is when this one gets to 5 million. this energy that it's reading here, and it'll turn that off when that gets to 8 million. So it's keeping that MFSU there buffered, and then these three stay full. So for a limited time we've got the full capacity of 3 MFSUs until they run out, and then it'd only be 1 MFSU. So 512 it'd drop back to. That's fine for the way I want it. This is my main. That's a bit messed up, isn't it? It happens sometimes. There we go. There's my contact details. This is my main applied logistics area. Got my controller and all my other bits around here, all my drives. Everything's kind of run off that. Nice bit of extra trees, wood here, making a nice chevron floor. I plan to use that a lot in the future for flooring. It's just I'd already built most of this base by the time I got around to that. Provider pipe thing here is very nice. Combination of applied logistics and logistics pipes makes it so I can carry this thing here, remote orderer, and I can access any of my materials from anywhere, and anything that I request in that gets dropped into that ender pouch there, which is very nice. And then with that ender pouch I can put things back in the system, so I can take things in and out of my system remotely wherever I am, which is very good. Up there we've got the there's a place I can't get to without a jetpack, so I can get up to there with a big jump, but I can't get up here without a big jump. This is what provides the Lepatron crystals for the teleporters in the legs. Nice little remote system there that sends fully charged Lepatron crystals out, brings empty ones back and recharges them in this charging bench. And there's my breeder reactor, which is not running at the minute, even though it says it's turned on. I'll just turn that off actually. There we go. Turn that off. And there's my blast furnace, which you can see from the outside of the Titan. So it's a bit of a feature on the outside as well. Also run off a level emitter, and that's designed to keep 8128 steel in the system, as you can see there. IC2 machines, I plan to change these if I get around to it when I come back off holiday for this service, if this mod pack is still the main one. I'm going to use transvector interfaces on these from Thermic Tinkerer, which is a quite nice interesting thing. That just sends manilium, ardite and cobalt to a smeltery that we'll show in a minute, and turns them into liquid, put them into liquid tanks. Alright, then up until this level there's the portal back to the other base, and then before we go any higher, let's a lot of people ask, by the way, what these are. These are advanced information panels from nuclear control, and you can set them so the diagonal, not full blocks, and very nice little mod, that nuclear control. Up here I've made a little fake command area, I suppose, with just access to the ME stuff and some other bits and stuff, wireless access. Not really functional, but I've made a little throw on there for the Princeps. And this is what was going to control all the power for putting the shutters down over the legs. I've not got around to it, but what it does at the minute, the only thing it does at the minute is it puts a force field around the portal there, so it makes it, if you want, you can secure the Titan from people coming in through the portal, just for fun. And then let's step into the arms. This is the arm that isn't done yet. This is the gun that I haven't done yet. But in here we've got a smeltery. This is a manual smeltery for making ingots and what have you. And I've got my Tinker's Construct tables and stuff here, so I can make tools if I wanted to. And the books that come with Tinker's Constructs and stuff are just there. And then this side, got some more bits of armour, some cake, why not. This is my automated smeltery, and as you can see in there's a manilium, an ardite and an aluminium at the minute. They're all going to get turned into liquid, and as soon as they become liquid they'll get dragged out and sent to the relevant tank in the left leg of the Titan. So I'm slowly filling up tanks with liquid. This just gets from that other end of the chest that I just showed you. This is the other one that goes with it. And this has got a gun, but I've not actually finished off the inside of here, so rather than make this solid, I made it so I could actually build something in here, but I've not finished it off. This is probably the only bit of clear showing in the Titan at the minute, is these two gun arms, because I've tried covering all the rest up. And then from here we go up using arcane levitators again. These These ethereal glasses, I put these because I plan to put all the NPCs in here from the other base, and NPCs can't go through this, so it stops them going up and down levels. So if we come into this level now, I put some windows in. I put these patterns on the roofs, I quite like them. Just iron blocks and iron spikes. Just gives the roof a bit, makes them a bit softer. Well, softer with spikes, but you know. So the tour of this level then, this is clearly my enchanting room with all the enchanted books, and also a mistcraft room. And there's the auto anvil, some trophies and stuff. So there's one room, and then above this I've got an empty room that I've not put anything in, but the back towers needed to be taller than the front towers, so I've got the same pattern up on all the towers there. So I've extended the back towers to be bigger. I've not actually shown this from the outside yet, so we'll have a good go from the outside in a minute. So there's that side, and then the main part here is dedicated to Thaumcraft. Both my golems disappeared the other day. I had a decanting golem and I had a wooden golem up on the platform out there, and they both vanished. So sometimes when you server loads, your golems can fall through the earth and die. So I've lost both my golems. I was building the node up. I've got to 499 if you see the bottom left. So I've been manually building that using silverwood trees. This is connected to my AE network here. And then across into this room, this is what you saw quite recently. I built my automated potion thing. They're just full cells for decoration there. They're actually, that is a cable, that is a diamond pipe there, so I just filled all these cells up. They're there for a reason, if you're wondering. Very dark in here, isn't it? Can do some more lighting in here. No mobs can spawn though, because I've got a couple of magnum torches around, and this floor, this force brick, mobs can't spawn it, which is why I use it. I've put like fake curtains, using blackout curtains around all the windows as well. Kind of looks a bit nice. Then if we head to this way, this room gets us to the cobble gen, which we'll get to in a bit. This is like a little bedroom I made there. Used a bit of glowstone for lighting and decoration. Put a bit of decor around. Don't know why I got a crafting table there. And then this room is empty. Again, it's got that same pattern up in the roof. So then, this is what I built. You haven't seen this on camera yet, but this is what I've built recently. I'm going to sleep so it's daytime so we can see it a bit better. So I built all the castle up yesterday and the day before. Off camera because I was trying to concentrate and get it done quick as I could. And oops, let's put my jetpack back on for this bit, aren't we? So we'll go flying. So I built a little like battlement out the side here. I've used this little pattern quite a lot. A couple of iron bars with a spike on top. So you can get around the outside. This is just above the smeltery. I just kind of made that for decoration. Just as if it's like an exhaust from the gun arms. And then my towers here. So I've got. I don't want the windows too square, so I've used the extra trees, wooden blocks, just to give them an edge. And I've used some gold micro blocks to make windowsills. You can't actually get to this path here from anywhere. I've got a little path from the back here, and you can't actually get in or out anywhere. I was going to put a door in there, but all the Thaumcraft stuff's in the way. This is just a little bit you can't reach. Okay, this side's just the same as the other side. Up on the top of there, I've got like a glass dome, and on top of the glass dome, I've got a beacon, which gives me regen and strength. We'll come back down. So this is exactly the same as the other side. I put some of these patterns on the walls as well for no apparent reason. Little circle things. Just kind of making the outside look a bit busier. And if you look around here, I've got like loads of drop down bits here with spikes on, and I've got loads of skulls. Why not? So that's the battlements. I built the towers up, and on top of each tower there's a gun. Top of this middle tower, so I've put a path up here using an arcane levitator. We've just got a little platform here with an Imperial killer, and some little things here, and the Rainmaker, which is of course dissipation charges, not iodine. I said it wrong to the day. Then if we come up, each of these towers has got a gun on it. I think the way these work is these can rotate in a Rail Titan, not in this of course. So these are meant to be cannons. So I just finished off the top of the tower there with like a bit of a castle on the top. So all he needs now is his other gun arm, and he's finished. So there we go. I try and make it as busy as I can really. I wanted to put loads of extra little features and flourishes and what have you, so I tried making the roof a bit busy with gold, smooth black stone, bloodstone brick, and iron bricks. There's some steel on the front, but it looks a bit duller than iron. It's not as shiny as the iron, if you can just tell, but it's hardly any different, so I stopped using steel because it's just expensive. So yeah, there we go. There's a tour of the Titan. And then, let's say there's where the gun needs to go. The only other thing I've not really covered, I've been adding spikes everywhere. The spikes just break up blocks quite nice, I think, so I put quite a lot of spikes around. I took the rail tracks off the gun because I wasn't sure if I liked them, and I got a comment saying that someone else didn't like him. Was it Seths who said he didn't like him? But there we go, there's the Titan. And then one of the last things to show that I've done on the server, just to finish this little server tour off, is come through here, through this Mistcraft portal, takes us into the Octuple Cobblegen pyramid, which is next to the Titan. And this was just on the live stream last week. I just wanted something to do for the live stream, so I've made 1500. So there's 1500 Ignis extruders making cobble there. This room is big enough to actually hold 12,000 if I could be asked to put them all in. What this is doing is just, we've got a chest behind here with a export bus on it set to always craft octuple pressed cobblestone. So that's always working away, and we're up to 5 in there now, so that's 5 times 43 million in there, and we've got one there as well, so we've got 6 in total. And there's no real reason for making this. If you was wondering, I just fancied making an insane machine, so we made a little system there that can craft, and as you see, it's crafting that one about every second, 3, 4, so that's the one with a square on it. The one with a square on it is triple compressor, 729, so it's doing 729 compressions a second pretty much. You can judge by that. That's why I judge it anyway. So there we go, a little quick server tour for episode 66. The world downloader's got most of the Titan med, but in fact it's not got the back 2 towers done, or I haven't got any of these walkways done. But the world download is pretty up to date. So there we go. I'm going to wrap up there. Now I'm going to go on holiday, so when you actually see this video I should be on a plane. And I'll be back in 3 weeks, and if we've got 1.6 packs out when I get back, then I'll do a final wrap-up episode of this when I finish the gun. And I'll be starting on a new 1.6 when I get back, or if this is still going, I'll just carry on. So hopefully I'll see you for that, and hopefully you enjoyed this little tour, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye. And I'm back just for a second. I forgot to mention, as you can see, I've got a death there. I'm up to 6 deaths. I forgot to tell you, yesterday when I was building this tower, I was around about here, and my jetpack ran out of power. So I fell. Because there was no power in it, then my shock absorbers didn't work either, and I fell to my death. So I thought Frosty would like that, so I thought I'd best mention it. There we go. Cheers. Bye.